Job done. Lockridge works her way inside, then kicks it out to Rabati. Feet set for three. Lockridge to Talbot. This will be huge. And she gets it done. It's Fagan. Wow, nice finish.
It's a Saturday doubleheader in the WNBL as the Geelong Venom host the Adelaide Lightning. Welcome to Geelong Arena. The Strikehouse as the players arrive courtside, checking in thanks to Minor Hotels. Geelong, well, they head home with renewed energy after their massive 105-77 win over Sydney at Hoopsfest. And Alyssa Pili was terrific, forming what is now an ominous front court duo with Mackenzie Holmes. This one is going to be interesting. Liam Ellison here in commentary, and alongside me today is WNBL Championship coach Laura Chiswick and WNBL Life member Larissa Anderson. Welcome to you both.
Thanks, Liam. Well, I tell you what, it is a hot day in Geelong today, and I expect the action will heat up at the Strikehouse between these two teams because they are both trying to get in that W column.
Absolutely, Loz. They have so much to play for today. It's a Geelong home game. They've been in a pretty better form over the last couple of days, so I'm looking forward to seeing how both teams come out today.
Maddie Brown spoke to Adelaide star Sanaya Fagan before the match.
Well, Sanaya, you've shown that you've been a massive offensive threat throughout the season. Where are you seeing your best looks coming throughout the games?
Honestly, in the paint, the mid-range and the three. When I'm open, my teammates feed me the ball and I'm able to knock the shot down.
So you're like, just give me the ball and let me go to work?
Well, the right read, yes.
Now it's Pride Round. You know, what does it mean for you as a player to be part of, you know, recognising inclusion and visibility within a sport, not just obviously with, you know, tonight's game, but also within the community?
It means a lot. I mean, a lot of people go through like unspoken stuff, and just for them to come out here and be able to be who they are and be proud of who they are, it means a lot.
And what about tonight's game? How important is it to you as a team with only 4 games remaining of the season to make sure you finish off strongly and get a nice win tonight?
I think it's super important. I mean, you know, we don't want to finish last. I heard it's called the wooden spoon or something. So, yeah, I don't want to get a wooden spoon. So, honestly, just to play hard, to have fun doing it.
Well, all the very best. We look forward to seeing you dominate it.
Thank you so much.
It's really great to hear from Fagan there, and I think she absolutely nailed it. They have so much to play for today, and she is vital to that win. I mean, she's mentioned that she likes the mid-range and to the three. I think Adelaide are really missing that inside presence, so personally I'd love to see her be that target for them inside. I think that's where it becomes a bit inconsistent as to when she gets the ball. So more rebounds, more inside presence for Fagan, I think is going to put Adelaide in much better stead for today.
And as we heard from Sanaya Fagan, it is Pride Round in the WNBL, and Mackenzie Clinch-Hoycard is one of the ambassadors for the Geelong Venom.
Mackenzie, you have such great versatility across the court. How do you see your role impacting the game tonight?
I'm hoping to get on the boards. If I can get out and push the ball, take a bit of heat off the guards for a little bit, that might be nice. But yeah, just impact any way I can, just do the 1%ers.
Now, Pride Round, what does it feel like to be a player in a league that actually celebrates inclusion?
I feel very proud to be a part of the WNBL, and I'm very happy that it is like a league-wide, I guess, round this year. Yeah, celebrating inclusion. Everyone deserves to be included, no matter who you are or who you love. So, yeah.
Now, only a couple of games left for this season. What's the messaging to the group to stay focused and you not, you know, potentially check out mentally?
Just sticking together. We've got this week, next week, and then the week after, I think. So a few more trainings together, a few more games. Hopefully we can get some wins on the board. But yeah, it's just sticking together, doing the little things again.
All the very best.
Yeah, thank you.
She is really important to this Geelong team coming off the bench, but another player that's super important is Alyssa Pili, and didn't she have a fantastic game against Sydney? 28 points, shooting the ball at 71% accuracy. So her, as you mentioned, Lee, in combination with Mackenzie Holmes, it gives them just a completely different look. It gives them another presence inside. She can shoot the 3-ball, she can take it off the dribble. So I'm really excited to see if she can continue and play the way she did against Sydney in this afternoon's game.
Geelong fans will be very excited here at the Strikehouse to see that duo in action. They haven't seen it enough this season, unfortunately. Let's welcome in the 4th member of our team here this afternoon, Maddie Brown, courtside in Geelong.
Thank you, Liam. Yes, I am. It is starting to heat up. It's been a hot one down there, so maybe expect some extra rotations into the mix for both coaches. You spoke about the Pili and Holmes combination, but the Fagan and Lockridge combination for Adelaide is also going to be really key. Consistency is the key tonight, I think, for both teams. They've had fade-outs physically, mental lapses, so whoever can put those 4 strong quarters together is super, super important. But like you mentioned, so much to play for, contracts on the line, and definitely to not finish on the bottom of the ladder. So Geelong looking to go 2 games clear. Hopefully they'll bring all the fire and the action very, very soon.
They certainly will. Thanks, Maddie. Well, the Adelaide Lightning have made a change to their starting 5 for this one, Laurie.
They have, and they've included Whitaker has been taken out of the starting 5, and into that goes Rabati back in, actually. They've been switching a little bit. And if we see the starting 5 for Geelong, we can see that they're going small ball again with 3 guards in Shelley, Heel, and Rotuno. And they've started that way the last 3 times and have had a really good success with that. So it'll be interesting to see the different matchups out there. To me, Talbot is the hard one, and I expect Jazz Shelley will be matching up on her.
They certainly do have the length against that small ball lineup for the Venom. Let's see what prevails this afternoon here in Geelong. It's Pride Round in the WNBL, the inaugural league-wide Pride Round. Over the years, many clubs have celebrated Pride individually. This is the first time the entire WNBL has come together for a round, reflected with the trim on the Geelong home jersey. And we are underway. Lightning first possession here. Coming off a tight loss against the Capitals at home, 67-61. Offense in the first half, Larissa, for the Lightning was pretty hard to come by.
Yeah, look, they're really struggling to score, and that's been the story of their season. Very inconsistent, and everyone's mentioned it. They need to put 4 quarters together defensively and offensively.
Brazel entering the 5 today, Rabati. Holmes collapsing the defense. Now 5 seconds. Lockridge has to make a move. Turnover. Shelley running the break. Great hands from Talbot.
I really like that first play from Adelaide, but Fagan's got to come off that screen and demand it, and they've got to get the ball inside to her.
Called for it off the top, Larissa. Let's see if they go that way in his first quarter. Shelley wants to attack Talbot off the dribble. Had a bevy of home games to start the season, the Geelong fans. It's been slimmer picking so far in the second half as Talbot gets him underway.
Sorry, Liam, that's a matchup I think we need to keep our eye on. Talbot certainly got the height on Jazz Shelley, and so when she's fronting, they've got to make sure that they've got great split line help behind.
Strong rebound pulled down from Fagan. Lockridge right in the running for Blakeout. Player of the year, high off the glass and in.
That's a tough finish, but a great take by Dell, recognising that she has already got Rotuno in 1 foul. So I think that's a really smart take on fast break there.
2 great young guards, Lockridge and Rotuno. Here's Pilley. Off that 28-point performance. Last touched off Holmes.
Yeah, that's a good look inside. It's just the pass and the angle of the pass, and Mackenzie Holmes' seal wasn't quite strong enough.
Rabati will opt to pull the trigger from 3, rattles out. Forward with Rotuno. Pilley providing the pick. Now the entry pass into the posts. Threads the needle to Shelley. Great hands, Fagan. Nice start here for Adelaide. Down the floor, Rabati in 6-0 is the opening.
Really good start for Adelaide. They look like they've come out with a lot more energy than Geelong have. Geelong just look a little behind the 8 ball in all their movement, just that step behind defensively.
Early timeout is the result. Great hands down one end, and now on the Amy replay, they are able to run the break. There's 56 points combined between Mackenzie Holmes and Alyssa Pilley in the last outing. And Adelaide really needing to start well here. They've done so far. Maddie Brown caught up with Ajapara and Mamar pre-game.
Yeah, it's huge for us. We haven't been starting the games all that well, making a little change in the lineups today to hopefully address that. And look, we've had a great week of practice. We've spoken about kind of the disappointment of knowing we're not making playoffs, but nobody wants to finish last, so it should be a good game.
No, they don't. It's a chance to get themselves off the bottom.
Well, Adelaide, you can just see in the timeout there, they looked really relaxed. They're actually smiling. They're still smiling, and it makes a big difference. Just mentioned there, they've had a great week on the training on the training floor, but you can also see if you're going to play defense, it's going to create offense. You mentioned how their offense has been a little bit up and down, Liam, but if you're going to get good defensive stops, they look great out in the open floor, and that's creating offensive transition.
Certainly got the players to do damage in the open floor. Lockridge, one of those. Bending tightly on heel. Strapping on that right leg for heel. She missed the opening month for Geelong. Inside with Pili with a seal.
Really great recognition and held her seal, Pili, and just a picture-perfect pass to the outstretched arm. That was a well executed play.
So strong down low, Alyssa Pili, but can get it done from outside as well.
Well, bigs make the best passes, I have to call it, from the outside. They know how they want the ball.
Well, if Timsy or Damon were sitting in your spot, they'd be saying it's all guards.
That's why I'm saying it. They're not here.
First basket goes down for the Venom. Inside, Fagan denied. Great defense, Holmes. Hand in from behind. It'll stay with the Venom.
I like it, though, that Fagan's actually posting up. Obviously, she just misjudged the finish. And she started strong on the boards, too, which is great to see.
Talbot, pick and roll action inside. Pili, a hand to it. Last touch, Rabati. Cutting off passing lanes, Alyssa Pili. Had 7 assists to just 1 turnover in round 14 as well. Narrowly avoided a turnover there. Holmes, all the defenders left the area.
Whoa. There needed to be some adjustment there defensively. Mackenzie Holmes, I don't know they'll get much more open than that, Larissa.
No, and this has been Adelaide's one of their weaknesses, just those little breakdowns defensively.
Here's Lockridge, puts it on the deck. Attacking by Ratuno, that's a great move. Won't get the result. Fagan again with the active hands.
Whoa.
Well thought out from Shelley. Pulls up herself in transition with the juice.
She's got such lovely touch, doesn't she? I mean, normally you'd say there's no rebounders. Do you pull up for the mid? But that's virtually a layup for Shelley.
6-0 run right back at Adelaide. Tied ball game. 4 minutes gone. Talbot downhill, kick out. Razzle set for 3.
She's not going to miss many of those, Losman. Her feet are set. She has got a lovely touch on that shot.
Well, that dribble penetration really collapsed the defense, allowing a wide open look.
Heel immediately attacking, using the body nicely. Thrown ahead from Talbot. That was a great dive.
And that's the way Adelaide would like to play. They would like to get out and run and get some easy baskets and not get bogged down in the quarter court. So that's the sort of thing that they want to do. And conversely, Geelong want to make sure their D-trans is in place.
Adelaide's been taking advantage in that capacity. It's flowing nicely here. Talbot with a heel assignment.
You can see here once again Geelong forced to a late shot clock, and so now Adelaide get to run. They're cleaning up on the boards. It's one and done right now, which is really looking good for Adelaide.
Fagan to pull the trigger. Back with Pili, thought about throwing it inside. Tied under the board, Talbot. Great timing, baseline basketball.
I tell you what, that has to be the fastest first 5 minutes of a quarter that I've seen in a long time. It is just frenetic, up and back, and, you know, unfortunately they haven't seen the rewards in that with a score just 11-6. Chris Lucas, the mastermind for the Geelong Venom.
Been a tough campaign with injuries for Geelong. They've continued to play the right way, though, haven't they, Laurie?
They certainly have, and you know, we're talking some major injuries for them. We know that Alyssa Pili, this is just her 5th game out of the 20 that Geelong have played, and Gemma Potter, we know, went down mid-season with a season-ending injury. 2 really crucial, well, starters for them.
Absolutely. Core components of their squad. Lockridge's foul. Just the second team foul of the quarter. in there wrapping her up. And Charlotte Whittaker, the early entrant for Adelaide. Back inside with Talbot, averaging the 16 points per contest.
Well, I'm glad to see Talbot doing that, posting up inside, recognizing that there's going to be mismatches in her position.
Adelaide are not big, but as you've mentioned a couple of times, Talbot is a big, strong guard. So it's, yeah, absolutely great to see her utilising that strength and mismatch.
Certainly have the height across the backcourt in this contest.
She's virtually playing the 4 spot, Talbot, so 4 guards, 1 big.
Five-point cushion, 4 to go here in the first. Strawbridge joins the fray as well.
Here they go again, looking in. Oh, Whittaker's got no one on her. She's got to shoot that.
Needs some meaningful movement here, the Lightning. They can't get it, so Geelong completely shut that down. Alyssa Brett down the floor. Alex Sharpen off the bench today for the Venom. Bringing in some serious depth. Her coming off that spot. Whittaker at the elbow, handed back to Brazel, skip pass. Talbot couldn't quite get there. Now a 2-on-1 situation. Returner has Shelley trailing. But against the corner treble. This is good recovery defense from Adelaide. Holmes in the spin cycle, won't quite get the roll. Let's get down to Maddie Brown on the floor.
Well, Coach Lucas was talking about use the ball speed, but not physically moving at that same intensity and pace. He would have been happy with the way that the Geelong team are using transition, but they're just not getting reward on the board. I'd love to see Mackenzie Holmes continue to work that one-on-one, because when she gets in the paint, she's so dominant.
Absolutely, so fruitful. And they can get it down to Holmes in the low block. 3 for Strawbridge and a 16-8 lead now for the Lightning.
Well, Strawbridge shoots the three-point ball at 41%, so they've got to make sure that she's their best shooter from outside, so they've got to make sure that they take care of that.
Speaking of Alyssa Brett, sharpshooter for the Venom, not that time. Geelong yet to make from distance. Whittaker, right on the nail, feeding Talbot again. Blows by Alex Sharp for 2.
Just a great cut off the ball, Steph Talbot. She's so strong. She uses her body really well, but it's a really quick pass and cut.
Holmes popping out for 3 and cans it.
They needed that shot. A lot of the bigs popping at the moment. Not quite getting the reward inside, so they're all flaring to the 3, getting a little bit more reward at the moment.
First mate from downtown for Geelong. Whittaker will opt to return.
Hey.
Banks it home.
Well, if they're going to sag off, and you said it, Larissa, she needs to shoot that, and you nail one, and your confident comes out. But that would be the scout. The scout is, you know, stand off of her. Now she makes a couple. They're going to have to change that.
Well, they're not playing her at all. She absolutely has to be a target offensively here.
Shelley in rhythm. Walking into back-to-back threes for the Venom.
Now there's somebody you do not want to leave open at the three-point line.
Off the foot of Lockridge, able to recover somehow, did well. Now they'll back it out with 13 on the clock. Holmes read it best. Adelaide recover defensively. Brett out to the corner, won't matter. Holmes with the lefty lay-in. Timeout, 49.7 remaining in the first.
How easy did Holmes make that look? Her anticipation to get the steal, looking side here, just got around Whittaker, then calmly was looking at her options, who's open, saw who was there to defend her. Just a nice, easy left-hand layup.
WNBL Pride Round runs from Jan 20 all the way through to February 1st. It is a powerful celebration, inclusion, identity, and belonging in the game of basketball here. Hear the incredible stories from our players around the league at halftime, and as well by scanning the QR code on screen. So many great ambassadors across the competition. The Venom have put together a run here to get themselves back within 2 possessions, Larissa. 21-16 and finally some reward in transition basketball for them.
Absolutely, and it comes off defence. So we've mentioned Adelaide had a great start from getting some good stops, and now Geelong are returning the favour. Adelaide need to look after the ball, just a few wild passes, which has allowed Geelong to get out in the open court, and we all know how much they love that.
Everybody, switch on.
First time out utilised here from Chris Lucas. Holmes leading the way with 9. Shelley has 5. 6 for Talbot for the Adelaide Lightning.
Mackenzie Holmes is second in scoring in the competition, averaging 21.9 points. So we expect to see her continue to contribute. Actually, she has scored 10 points or more in every single game, and she's had 10 double-doubles. Really great effort by her, and in MVP contention conversation.
I really enjoy watching her play. She's been a great import to watch this season.
Especially that first 6 weeks, she was outstanding right out of the blocks.
It normally takes a little bit of time for first time in the league, but she was just straight in there.
And Shelley, rattles out on the 3, unlucky. Alyssa Brett picked her pocket. Adelaide will regain possession.
Great hustle there by Brett, though. That's what she does. She brings that energy off the bench every single time. Nearly came up with it there.
13.4 to work with. Nice crowd in attendance here this afternoon at the Strike House. 35-degree day in Geelong, getting out of the heat here. What a way to do it. 4 seconds, just in time. 3 ball up and in. And there it is for Jasmine Figeaud to extend this quarter-time lead for the Adelaide Lightning. 24-16, the visitors, off to a nice start here at the Strike House in Geelong in Pride Round in the WNBL. Eight-point deficit here at quarter time. The Adelaide Lightning a lead over the Geelong Venom. They've got 9 team assists, 7 different scorers in the period, moving the ball nicely and pushing it at pace down the floor. Liam Ellison, Laurie Chiswick, and Larissa Anderson with you in commentary. Maddie Brown's on the floor. Let's get down to Maddie.
Well, it was pretty clear from both coaches in the break exactly what they wanted for the Venom. It's move the ball, open up some better scoring opportunities, and defensively be proactive, not reactive. For the Lightning, they spoke about making sure that they can get the ball in Fagan's hands. Let's get her to go to work and inject her onto the scoreboard. And defensively, up the ante on the top.
Thanks, Maddie. Just what you were asking for off the top, Larissa.
Yeah, she's got 0. Fagan's got 0 points at the moment. But I mean, at the end of the day, Lightning are scoring, and they've got a really good spread of scorers. So if they could get her involved, that would be great. They've also got 6 turnovers, so they've really got to start looking after the ball, and then they could really get a good lead.
Great energy straight away off the tip, I thought, Laurie, from the Lightning. It's the intangible sometimes.
Well, one stat that really stood out to me at the quarter-time break was Adelaide have 0 fouls. Now, they commit the most fouls on average of any team, almost 20 per game. So to have 0 in that first quarter is a really great result for them.
Disciplined from Arjapara Mama's side. Here's Brazel. Here's an opportunity for Fagan. Back heel. The advantage of Pili. Holmes involved already this quarter. It's been a nice offensive start for her. Sharp around that solid screen provided. Pili all the way to the cup, plus interest. Great take from Melissa Pili.
That's how you use a side pick and roll. Just precision passing, came off of it, knowing that she was going to pass it into Pili. Pili got the ball, had 2 defenders on her, and just used her strength. We can see the Sharp coming off of it, shoulder to shoulder. Pili just the strength to pick it up against 2 defenders.
Such a great bounce pass by Alex Sharp there too, and you can just see, you use the word strength. She's very strong, Pili. That's 2 strong finishes in the paint so far this game.
Saw her clutching it. Both ankles after the play as well. Did miss a couple of months with an ankle injury.
Yeah.
Hopefully nothing too serious there.
Well, I think it's, you know, she's only played, as we said, a handful of games. Last game against Sydney, she would have played the most minutes, but she doesn't have the miles in her legs like all the other players do, so we could still see a little bit of, you know, fitness play a part for Pili.
Oh, that's such a better look for Adelaide. It's great to see Fagan actually rolling and having a presence around the basket to get her first basket.
Back out by 5. Great look for Alex Sharp.
Now, I liked that ball movement from Geelong. I thought it was quick. The last couple, I feel like it's been sticking in hands a bit, but that got really quick, popping the ball through hands.
Fagan, nice extra kick down low. Coming across Fijo, did well. Wins the basketball back for her side. Talbot just established herself in bounce. Fagan up into the body of the defender. And a defensive foul. Blocking is the call against Brett.
Well, as surprised as Brett looked, I think that was a very good call. I think, well, we can always watch it in slow motion and then we have a look. She just didn't quite get across. She caught her on the side.
There was a little bit of a shoulder bump there, but they don't have the luxury of a slow down replay like we do. I just love the fact that Fagan was aggressive there, and now she's off to the line.
First one good for Sanaya Fagan.
She shoots the free throws at 80%. In fact, Adelaide as a team are the leading free throw shooting team at 78%, so they want to get themselves to the foul line.
Exactly right. Get them more attack. At the moment, you've got everyone flaring. That's why I've liked the last 2 possessions. They've been more around the rim.
Not their first trip to that spot, Adelaide. Clinch Hoycard out there for her first minutes. Holmes handed back to heel, stepping back. Mid-range jumper will get the roll.
I was just about to say that's a really tough look. Adelaide are doing a great job forcing Geelong out, but yeah, great finish. Call that nice. The hometown roll, the hometown roll.
There's some fortune in that one. Offensive foul, moving screen the call.
There's lots of little battles going on within the main battle between these 2 teams. I really like Shyla Hill and Lockridge and the pressure they're putting on each other. It's fun to watch.
I love that matchup too. Sharp onto Talbot. Just Chris Lucas obviously recognising the mismatch there.
Here's Hill around the home screen. Can't get by Talbot. Good defence. Now Lockridge with the job. 11 for Mackenzie Holmes. 2 more. Hoop and harm. Another trip to the line coming up.
She's money on the left hand.
On the left hand and away from the basket. She's not that close, but she just has the ability to float, extend that arm. And she's impressive. as we know, we've talked about her all season.
Such a soft touch around the basket.
But just moves so well for her size too. She's fun to watch, and therefore she suits the Geelong style of game beautifully.
Unlucky on the free throw.
You know, the other thing I like about Mackenzie Holm, I like her demeanor on the court. It doesn't change. So, you know, if she's having a great game, she just stays pretty much the same. If she's not necessarily, although I haven't seen many where she hasn't had a pretty good game, you know, it's just that she's really in control of her emotions.
No, I agree. I absolutely agree, Loz. Even when she doesn't get calls go away, she just moves on really quickly.
Talbot inside. Nice move down low.
Great job. I mean, we've discussed it before. I really dislike defense standing behind the post. They've got to make that adjustment, Geelong. Talbot's really hurting them inside.
Lightning were out by 10 at one stage in the first quarter. This time a moving screen against Clinch Hoykard. Referee's right onto it.
Well, same call both ends, pretty much, so it's consistent.
It's the third meeting between these two this season. Round 6, Adelaide defeated Geelong in OT, 99-93, and then all the way back in round 2, Geelong put 110 points on the board at this arena against the Lightning. They like their chances here at the Strikehouse. Fijo, stop baseline, now single numbers. Lockridge lost heel, has Sharp come across. That is great patience.
She's crafty, isn't she? Really lovely little jab, shot fake, Euro step, wide open.
Having a marvellous season, Dallas Lockridge kicked out. Corner catch for Sharp. This is Adelaide's 7th game in 23 days. They've had 3 straight doubleheaders. It's been a pretty arduous schedule for them.
That's the league, though. Pretty much every team has to do it at some point or another, and some teams have to travel a lot more, so it all balances out. And you can argue that sometimes it gives you a bit of momentum playing the extra games together.
34-28 here at the timeout, halfway through the second period here in Geelong. There certainly is tough stretches for every squad at some stage, as you mentioned, Larissa.
Well, that's the thing, and I don't think coaches even go there, even talk about, you know, well, we've had this and this, therefore we might be a bit fatigued. You just, it is what it is. You know ahead of time, you plan your, you know, you may cut back on some training sessions. You may have to, you know, instead of training, just do walkthroughs. But every team has to go through the same.
Adelaide out rebounding Geelong significantly here, 15-7. Size probably the advantage of the Lightning, do you think, today?
Well, I don't know. We had that discussion earlier, and I think it depends who's on the court at the time. If Adelaide goes small ball, then yes, they have the size. But if not, it's pretty even, actually.
That's where we love this game. That's where we love this game, in that both teams are kind of alternating between going a taller lineup, a smaller lineup. Then you watch what the opposition coach does. Do they match to that, or do they go to the mismatch? And that's why we love this game, all the different tactics. But both teams are not renowned for their rebounding or their being that big, so they have to use what they've got, like what you said Adelaide doing with Talbot.
Chris Lucas bringing in Alex Sharp to help combat that. And Hoykard had some size off the pine as well. Both timeouts used from the Venom in this first half. Nice find down low to Shelley. Somehow flipped it out to Brett. It remains with the Venom, 6 seconds. Draws 2 defenders inside. Fagan came across with a big-time denial.
That should count for 2 blocks.
That was really good scramble defense by Adelaide. Geelong sort of had them on the ropes there. In the Amy replay, we can see this block coming over. Get that out of here.
Emphatic.
So really, it's just a catch and shoot situation right now. Less than a second on the shot clock.
And 6, just enough time. Shelley In motion, not quite. It falls to Brett, though, for the fresh 14. Immediately out with Jazz Shelley.
Oh, that hurts. They did such a good job defensively then, didn't they, Loz? And then the good old missed block out.
Well, I thought, you know, Shelley's shot there, I thought that she makes those sort of shots, those off-balance sidearm, but what a great offensive rebound and kick back out to a three-point shot.
That'll hurt if you're the Lightning. Shania Fagan puts 2 back home.
Again, it's not quite, it's just off the post. That's a much better look for Fagan. I really think she needs to keep getting herself into that game with the paint touches.
Starting to really get involved as Clinch Hoycard open from the top.
Clinch Hoycard, that's her game. She's a great three-point shooter. You've got to make sure that you recognize that, close out long to her.
It's now 8 in the period for Fagan after 0 in the first quarter. Pili first 2 at good deep. Venom winning this second period, 18-12 at the moment. Stagger step from heel. Nice find, out to Brett. Rebound favoured the Venom. Inside, and now Brett all alone under the basket.
Again, off an offensive rebound, although Lockridge did do a good job blocking out there. That was a bit unlucky, but Adelaide need to make sure they don't stop playing until they come up with possession.
Back-to-back trips, second chance points has hurt them. Nicely fed inside, pump fake. Talbot gets it to go, count it.
Well, Pili came across to the split line, but was just a little late. And with the experience of Steph Talbot, she holds her steal here. She sees Pili coming. She doesn't rush, gets her in the air, and a really nice finish by Talbot.
Stuffing the stat sheet so far this afternoon. 4 dimes, 5 boards. Well into double figures.
Steph Talbot's also 5th in assists at 4.3, so when she's not scoring herself, she's,
oh dear.
she's looking to pass it off, but somebody's got to get in the, you know, get in the hand, get a high hand on that shot.
That is very dangerous, keeping that up against Jazz Shelley. Brazel. Another opportunity for Adelaide. Here's a great look. Lockridge in the corner,
pass.
Connects.
Lovely extra pass, great finish. I actually really like the Adelaide getting up the floor, but you have to know where shooters are.
Now 6 triples in the game for Geelong. Talbot guarding Shelley tightly, now with a handoff. 6 seconds. That is a deep, deep tray.
Well, Steph Talbot was doing a great job of denying and wearing her like a glove, and then it's almost like she stopped, and Shelley recognized that, and you know, chances are she's going to make those shots.
Shelley does a fantastic job at using the screen, though. She walks your player away, change of pace, change of direction. Really good one, really good player to watch as to how she loses her player there, even the caliber of Talbot.
Another jumper falls for Dallas Lockridge. Offense has come alive for Geelong in this quarter. Shelley, same spot. High arcing three. Not to be.
Now,
she just wanted a break.
Come on, Liam, what do you say when this happens?
It's a wedgie, isn't
it?
There
you go. You say it's got to happen at least once a game.
Yes.
There you go.
Very least once a round. Now 7 of 15 from deep, 47% from distance for Geelong.
So I believe
6 attempts.
So I believe when it's that situation where it's in the ring, a wedgie as you would call it, it's like a jump ball. So it's the possession arrow goes whichever way, and in this time it favored Adelaide.
Is that in the official FIBA rulebook, the wedgie, or they call it something else?
They should call it the wedgie if it is not yet the wedgie, Liam.
Make it happen. Lockridge inside. Right on the block is Fagan. Fronts, fires. And last touch, Adelaide. Or not. Ooh. Crowd can't believe it either.
Not sure about that one. However, I do like to see both teams are going after the O boards. They're not, you know, they're not known for their rebounding, both teams, but, you know, if you can give your team that second chance opportunity, get a couple of extra points, really makes a difference.
90 seconds out from half-time, stepping through and running the lanes is Fagan.
so much better. I mean, a great re-screen there, great pass from Lockridge, but again, Fagan being a target on the rim. Great to see.
In a huge second period now for Fagan, 10 points, including one big block. Worried Brett out of it there, but Holmes undisturbed.
That's 3 or 4 looks in a row off offensive rebounds there. So Adelaide doing a great job on the initial possession. They've just got to finish it off. Must block out.
Mackenzie Holm up to 15 points now.
Star Beaks off to a great start here at the Strikehouse. Ran out of real estate down low.
That's where coach is calling for a bit of patience. They're probably the 50-50 ones that when you've already got the turnovers that they've got, maybe let that one go, keep moving the ball, get a better look.
Well, Adelaide are up to 9 turnovers right now.
It's way too high for...
Well, they do. They
time.
commit the most turnovers at 17, and that's just an area coaches talk about all the time. You want to play at a certain pace, but you've got to be able to play at a pace that suits the situation and not, you know, pass it out of bounds or whatever the turnover may be.
You just see it again there on the replay. Geelong, I've noticed it all season, do a really lovely job at passing the ball inside, whether it be to a guard, to a big. They have a really good mix of bounce passes and whatever it is, they do a great job.
High-low action there from Holmes and Pilley on the previous play. Chris Lucas spoke about having those two back in the lineup together.
Oh, there's no question about that. I was pretty excited about getting the two of them together. It hasn't worked out that way, but just good to have Pilley back on the floor.
So what impressed you most about the combination, and where more can they grow within the game?
I believe the confidence that grew within the group. I think Pilley makes people better around her, and her leadership qualities are fantastic. So I think just her being in our group has just made us better.
Are they one of the what-if teams of WNBL26?
I have to say they absolutely are, you know. What if Pilley had been there all season? What if Gemma Potter hadn't gotten injured? Or what if Shyla Heal had been able to start the season in full flight? You know, it's one of those things you have to deal with what's given to you, but I think they are definitely one of the what-ifs.
You can tell by the big smile on coach's face as well, the relief when you actually get a balanced team out on the floor. Makes a big difference all round.
Their quality when fully healthy is undeniable, really, for the Venom.
Well, you know, I feel like, and I don't know whether I'd have to go back and look, but, you know, Adelaide, they when Sundell was just starting to play really well, went down, and so Cox for Townsville, there's just been some really, you know, major injuries that teams have had to deal with over the course of the season.
It can really shape the season, can't it?
Oh, there's no question. To win a championship, really nice cut by Mackenzie Holm, and a find by no other than Alyssa Pilley to her partner in crime. But as I was saying, to win a championship, you need to, you know, obviously play well, but you need to be relatively injury-free and have a little bit of luck fall your way.
Absolutely. That's 17 points to Holmes. Adelaide need to address that pretty quickly.
It's that combo again with Pilley. It's proved very fruitful here. Shelley's got 14 as well for the Venom. 11 seconds remaining. Shot clock unplugged to finish the half. Great game so far here at the Strikehouse. Pilley had the seal inside just in time. The jump hook just short. It was the right look for the Venom. Won't get the result. That is a fantastic second quarter to get themselves all the way back into it. 46 apiece here at halftime. And for Adelaide, you sense there might be a bit of ruining a missed opportunity here. They've shot 66% from the field, but turnovers have just let them back into it.
Absolutely. Turnovers will really hurt you.
Maddie Brown's on the floor with Jazz Shelley.
Yeah, well, the hot hand of Jazz Shelley, 3 threes in only a couple of minutes. You really brought the team back into the game. What impressed you with the group in that second quarter?
Yeah, I think our second quarter was pretty unreal compared to our first. We started off slow, but now we're the girls are finding my hot hand, which is really good, and they're going to have to start to close out, and we've got some unreal presence inside.
What about defensively? They're getting some mismatches and utilising their pick and rolls really well. What do you need to adjust?
Yeah, pick and roll defense is #1 key that I'm sure will get talked about at halftime. But pretty much we just need to be on a string and communicate early.
All the very best.
Thank you.
Chaz Shelley certainly is on a heater, 4 of 6 from distance as we have 2 more added here to the scoreline. It's a lead for the Venom now, 48-46 at halftime. It's going to be an interesting second half coming up between these two. High quality action here. It's a doubleheader in the WNBL in round 15.
WNBL game days. Shirts for absolutely everyone. I'm coming your way right now.
To me, Pride Round means celebrating who we are and who we love.
They go to Sharp, couple to beat, and converts.
It shows that the WNBL is an inclusive space. And it's great as a league that we acknowledge it and make everyone feel like we have a safe and inclusive space.
Now Atwell, this her bread and butter.
To be able to celebrate together, go through hardship together and learn together.
It's so important to create a safe and inclusive environment around sport.
Great to hear from all the athletes around the WNBL about what Pride Round means to them, Laurie.
It certainly is, and it's so important, and I feel very fortunate to be involved in commentating here during this round, and that the league as a whole has embraced it, not just individual clubs. It's really great to see.
That's well said. It is the first time that it's been a league-wide initiative here in WNBL26. Half-time, it's the Venom and the Adelaide Lightning. Geelong fighting back with a 32-point quarter here to take the lead. Liam Ellison, Laurie Chiswick and Larissa Anderson with you. And Larissa, just a little bit sloppy with the turnovers for Adelaide.
Yeah, they've got 10 turnovers at half-time, which is just not going to quite get it done. That's heading for 20-plus for the game. So they're doing such a good job offensively. There are a lot of really great defensive stops, so they've just got to look after the ball.
They do, and one thing they were able to do well that quarter, Laurie, is get Sanaya Fagan involved.
Well, we talked about that she needed to be a focus at the beginning of the game, and it took a while to get going, but then once she did, the players recognized that they needed to get her the ball inside, and she just really took over there. Ended up, you know, with 10 points for that quarter, so it's good to see, but what I really liked was the ball movement of Geelong. I thought that they really did a great job of some connectivity between each other, getting the ball to that next player, shooters being ready to go, and I think you'd have to say that they really, that was their quarter.
That's reflected with 15 team assists for the Geelong Venom. They've really got their money's worth, the fans here at the Strike House. They came to see the Alyssa Pilley and Mackenzie Holmes duo, and Larissa has paid off.
It sure has. I mean, look at Holmes' stats there. 17 points at the half. I have absolutely no doubt she's going to be a big talking point in the Lightning change room. Loz just mentioned Fagan really got a lot more involved in that second quarter. All 10 points for her in the second quarter. But I think she did that herself. She was a target inside a lot more than what she was in that first quarter, where she was popping out to the three a lot more. So that's a good thing for Adelaide to see her doing that.
These are two of the best import bigs in the WNBL. Let's have a look at how Sanaya Fagan got involved in particular in that second quarter, which was crucial for them. It's been offensively fantastic from both sides.
Well, you know, she was just that presence inside defensively. I know she's changed a few shots. Players were going up and defensively, but offensively we can see really good movement off the ball for her, and players like Talbot have the IQ and the vision to be able to find her. And then she sort of puts an exclamation mark with that block, which was exceptional for her, and they need her to continue to be playing at that pace and that efficiency.
Jazz Shelley's 4 of 6 from deep, and she really got going. We heard from her just before the break with Maddie Brown. She does have the hot hand, Larissa.
Oh, and isn't she fun to watch when she does? She's just got such a lovely shot. The moment she catches it, you think it's going to go in. So you can just see, and I discussed how she sets herself up so well when she doesn't have the ball with her change of direction. She gets herself open just through working hard, and you can see there another really lovely shot there from the three. She is on fire right now, so whilst we talk about Holmes being a talking point, Jazz Shelley as well, the two of them are absolutely getting the job done. Adelaide need to make other players step up for Geelong now.
Well, when she's 4 from 6 from the three-point line, you have to go, okay, we need to either run her off, we need to carry a high hand, but they need to take, and she's just known for, you know, being able to, as you said, create some of these shots. And you know, there was one crazy out-of-bounds shot that we just thought would probably go in because it's Jazz Shelley shooting it, but she had a great half. And again, with the scores locked so close, 2-point difference, she's going to have to want to continue in the second half.
And coming up, it is a doubleheader as well in the WNBL, and it's a big one at 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. The Townsville Fire hosting Southside Melbourne. This has a lot of finals ramifications.
Well, it does. We both look at each other. It certainly does, because they want to consolidate Townsville. They want to stay at the top. But Southside, you know, they are clinging to that 4th spot, and they will need to and want to get this win. And if they can prove that they can take one of the big guns down, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I think these are the sort of games that Southside really want to try and get. They want to show that they're absolutely a top 4 team.
Yeah, it seems like they need a scalp, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and they've been close. So, I mean, they've had some great games. They're playing really well at the moment. They've hit some form, so I'm really looking forward to that game.
They've been so close to the Bendigo Spirit on a number of occasions now, but it's been the week of Izzy Borlase. That is unbelievable. Perhaps we'll have some more time to go through that later on, because we'll take a short break. In the third quarter here, not far away, here at the Strike House, 2-point ball game, 48-46, Geelong leading Adelaide.
Some more, I'm up in my zone, touching the sky, feeling the flow, and I love it.
2-point ball game here as halftime nearly over at the Strikehouse. 48-46. The Geelong Venom lead the Adelaide Lightning. Liam Ellison, Ori Chiswick and Larissa Anderson with you in commentary. And Maddie Brown is courtside. And let's get down to her now for an update before we get underway in the third.
Well, both teams ran out pretty excited to get this second half underway, Liam. You know, they've obviously talked about defensive pressure being a key to generate that offense for both of them. You talked about Holmes and the dominance she does in the paint, outside the paint on the one-on-one. Shelley with the hot hand for the Venom. But Shyla Hill only sitting on 2 points, so she can also do a little bit of work as well. For Adelaide, it's all about their dominance on the rebounding as well. So not giving Venom the second shots. They're sitting 6 higher than Venom at the moment, so expect that defensive pressure to start off strong. And transition, I think for both teams, they want to move the ball fast with pace, but doing it with composure and moving the ball around to give them some effective and efficient shots is exactly what I think they'll be wanting to emulate in the second half.
Thanks, Maddie. Second chance points, Larissa, was a big part of that second quarter.
Yeah, it certainly got Geelong going. I mean, and it was off the back of some, I thought, really solid defence from Adelaide, and they just didn't quite finish the job. So offensive rebounds definitely got Geelong where they wanted to be in that second quarter. But the energy, as Maddie just said, for both teams, has been really up there. It's been great to watch.
Well, it certainly has. And the thing that absolutely stands out for me right now is Geelong are taking care of the basketball with only 3 turnovers. And it shouldn't really surprise me, because last time when they played Sydney just a week ago, they had 6 for the whole game, 33 assists, and 9 out of their 10 players scored. So that is team basketball. Right now they've got 3 turnovers and 15 assists, so they are heading in that exact same direction.
Those are outstanding numbers, and in that game, Geelong's third quarter, they had 35 in the period. That is the most by any team this season in a third quarter.
Well, and they had 32 in that second quarter. So when we all know that they have the ability to score big. So Adelaide need to slow that down, and it comes on the flip side. They've got to slow down their 10 turnovers, and they're only down by 2. So if they can look after the ball, Adelaide, which we say every single week, I know, but if they can look after the ball, they've got a really good shot at getting this game done.
Geelong have gone above 100 points on 2 times this season. Can they do so again? Back underway here in the third quarter. It's been a lot of fun to call. Here's Hill. Taps against the screen. Flipped out with Pili, who can hit from 3.
And she does. Great start there. I think every big on the floor in both teams loves to shoot the 3 with these 2 teams.
Great opening here for the Venom. Brought back after trailing by 10 in that first quarter.
So you can see here Talbot starting in the 4 and looking to go inside again.
Venom started with a small ball lineup. They'll go with Brett here to start the third quarter in place of Ratuno. Flipped out and a mid-range jumper for Holmes. That's normally money for her. Shelley peels it clean. Great defense. Heel trailing, not going to need her. Defense to offense.
Really sneaky hands.
Shelley leads the competition in steals, 2.1, 2.5 per game.
Less than a minute down. It's a timeout here, 53-46. That is one of the quicker timeouts we've seen so far coming out of half-time, and clearly Ajapara seeing something she wants to tidy up.
Well, I think you want to. You know, the momentum clearly, Geelong have just come out ready to play and ready to take this second half. And so she's called that timeout. She'll just talk to her players, settle them down, say, look, you know, it was tied or a 2-point game at halftime. We need to go back to what we were doing. But you can't let Geelong just come out and run right over you. She wouldn't be happy with that.
Not having to use a timeout, not even a minute into the third quarter.
That tells the story.
I have to say, and we heard from players at halftime, the Geelong uniforms, the singlets with the pride collars around the top and the sleeves, look sensational.
I thought Perth's singlet looked fantastic too.
Yeah.
An early time out there from Ajapara looking to stem this momentum with Geelong, bringing such energy out of half-time. 7-point lead now for the home side. Great vision, finding Brazel and Nylon.
Wasn't that a great pass? Great vision by Talbot, as you said, Liam. And perfect finish.
Well, and I also thought it was a great flare screen by Rabati. She really went and headhunted, and that's what enabled that player to be wide open for the shot.
Oh, see, I loved that battle between Hill and Lockridge there. I don't... Really good job fighting over the screen. Let that go.
Just the first personal for Lockridge. Brett assessing. Shelley on fire from 3. Retrieves it back from Holmes. It's that one-legged runner that we've become to know so well.
Well, defensively, you must feel like you've just got that little bit more time to get her, but you've got to know who you're playing. Jazz Shelley loves that one-legged shot.
Really good chemistry between Jazz Shelley and Mackenzie Holmes.
Absolutely.
Brett getting involved, cutting off passing lanes. Now Holmes, 2-on-1 situation. Goes at Fagan and draws the foul. Holmes to the line. How many hours do you reckon Jazz Shelley spends practicing those one-legged runners, Slorry?
Well, you know, it's just something that for other players you think, oh, that's a bit awkward. But for Jazz Shelley, it just looks like the norm. Yeah. And chances are it's going to go down.
It does more often than not. And Mackenzie Holmes, the all-time leading scorer at Indiana in the NCAA with over 2,500 points. At the free-throw line, doing what she does best in her alma mater, Indiana, winning football championships during the week as well. So she might be happy with that, I suspect. Any football fans here? No?
Well, you follow whatever college you go to. You're connected to them, and you follow the different sports. So she'd be really happy about that.
There's a lot of pride over there, isn't there, about your school? 57-49. They jumped them to begin the third quarter.
Anyone who enjoys watching a good battle, just keep your eye here on Lockridge and Charlie Hill. They're going hard, and it's
yeah,
great to see what we're all here to see.
Holmes in the posts. Oh, a travel that time. 19 in the game for Mackenzie Holmes. It has been so fun to watch her.
The thing I like about, well, there's lots of things I like about Mackenzie Holmes, but the fact that we talked about she's second in scoring in the competition, but she's got such a high work rate too. She's 4th in rebounds and 1st in offensive rebounds. Rebounds is a lot of hard work.
Although catch for Abadi, 5 seconds.
Oh, almost a good pass there through her legs.
Somehow found its way out to Whittaker. Now a second chance for Abadi, nice jump hook.
And this is what happens with Adelaide. They do such a good job, and then they just allow the opposition to have this little purple patch that Geelong are having here. So this is a really nice steadying offensive rebound and basket there from Rabati. And they need to get a good defensive stop here.
3 gone in the third quarter. Already so much has happened in the second half. Easy whistle for the ref.
There's that battle.
Second on Lockridge.
So she needs to watch here. She doesn't want to get her third.
Sideline ball for Charlotte Hill.
Not liking the intention, but we're all enjoying watching the battle. They're both 2 quality guards going hard.
Now Shelley this time as Talbot goes under the screen. Rebound favoured Pilley. Oh, blows by Rabati, so strong.
My goodness, that's strong. Great rebound. She's just so balanced on her finishes.
Well, that's exactly right. Poised is the word I would use. She wasn't rushed. She was balanced. She just, you know, took everything in her stride.
Shelley stays with Talbot. Long-range floater, not quite, and Holmes controls. Now Shelley initiating offense. A couple of screens provided, not quite on the right. There's a 32-point period for the Venom in the seconds. 11 already on the board here. Can the Lightning keep pace? Brazel needed that.
They sure did. Now it's back to a 5-point ball game. So nice basket there from Adelaide. Again, it's going to be all about defense here.
Hill still fighting. Lockridge tied it up. 2 shots to come.
Don't believe that would be on Lockridge.
It will be on Taylor Brazel with a help defense.
Just stepped across a little bit late there.
We're almost through the WNBL 26 regular season fixture. There are a few rounds remaining, so get on board, check out the season fixture and scan the QR code for tickets now to get down to support your club in this home stretch. There's plenty of big games coming up, and especially this evening as well in Townsville. There's finals ramifications for that one. Cap still alive for 4th spot, plenty to play for.
That will feel good for Shiley Hill. We all know going to the foul line, that gets her eye in now, so it'll be interesting to see if she gets a good look offensively.
Talbot looking to cut back inside, a pair of pump fakes. Left some on the board that time. Holmes faked the handoff.
I really like that move though. Just didn't quite finish.
All the way to the spot, didn't she? Now Brazel tried to find Whittaker. And the call here, last touch Lightning.
I feel like Geelong have had better active hands than Adelaide. So whether they're actually stealing the ball or getting deflections, their hands are moving, their hands are active.
8 steals for the Venom to Adelaide's 1. Looked it out to Pilley this time from the baseline. Fresh 14 the result for Shiley Hill and Geelong. Hill stepping back. It's a great look for 2. Patience rewarded.
She did a great job of setting Lockridge up, really using that screen, sort of a couple of dribbles to take her a bit closer to the basket, and then was able to come over that screen and did that really well.
An offensive foul as Brett hit the deck. Goes against Talbot.
So again, Geelong having a nice little purple patch again here, so Adelaide just need to keep their cool. Focus on getting a stop here.
And now with 4:30 remaining in the quarter, in the bonus on the next defensive foul.
Brett did a good job selling that.
Whittaker the easy steal. Miscue there from Geelong. Lockridge turns the corner. Great look. Talbot in the corner. Heel probing, now kicked out. Great 2-player sequence. Didn't get the result.
It really is. It's Shiley Hill, such a nice passer out of the pick and roll and into the post.
Holmes, clean hands. Combining nicely with Hill. Stepping back inside on the left.
You just can't let her go to her left hand. I'd love to see what would happen. I mean, I'm sure she's good on her right too, but she is, as we've said, absolute cash on her left hand. Such a good finisher.
Got a fantastic offensive bag, Mackenzie Holmes. She is on cue.
They're the turnovers that they've got to reduce. They just need to give a little bit more time there for Talbot to set up and get position.
Hill gets the call. 2 shots to come. It's 6 turnovers in the quarter now for Adelaide after 10 at half-time.
You've used the word poise, and that's just what Adelaide are lacking at the moment. They just need to take that little bit more time, make sure that they nail those passes and make it a higher percentage play. They just rush that little bit.
Well, Shiley Hill at the free throw line, she is a 92% foul shooter, and it's not that she doesn't get to the line. She has shot, before this game, 55 out of 60. Add 3 to that for this game so far. To me, that's just a fantastic, percentage. Yeah, exactly.
That's a phenomenal clip at that volume.
Very reliable.
Took her about 4 weeks to miss one, didn't it, from memory?
Yeah, that's right.
Takes a break with her side up by 13. Lockridge combining with Fagan. There's Strawbridge out there. Riding on the ropes now, really. 3.5 remaining in the quarter. Time to turn it around. But they need to get motoring.
And they need, Steph Talbot's taken a couple of shots the last 2 times down the floor, which have been good shots to take. They just haven't dropped for her.
Geelong feel ominous here, threatening. Tuno now looking to get downhill and miscue with Sharp. An extended break on the pine for Ratuno, 9 minutes played. Chris Lucas has opted with Alyssa Brett for large parts of this ball game off the bench. Talbot. Now 9 seconds. Venom keeping them out of the paint. Fagan looking to change that. She'll stop and fire and drain it.
That's a tough finish. And a very much needed basket by Adelaide. They need to get it, really focus on getting a couple of stops here to finish the quarter.
Shelley. Well, this is a great look, just short. Strong board from Fagan. Closing stages here in this third quarter.
That's the poise we need to see.
Shelley got a hand to it. Alyssa Pilley re-enters the contest. Well, the last round, it was offensively the third quarter for Geelong. Maybe it's defence this time. They've held Adelaide to 10 in the period. It was a close game at halftime until they blew the Flames away in that second half. Fagan gets the rock.
Another good finish inside the paint there from Fagan. Hopefully she can continue to be that target.
Well, the other thing about Fagan is that she's not gotten into foul trouble, which is something that she has in the past in games. So she's been able to stay on the court. She's been able to play defense and offense a bit more freely.
Pilley backing down, draws two and the foul. Smart play from Alyssa Pilley. It's putting the defense under a heck of a lot of pressure there.
Well, we know how strong Steph Talbot is, and for Pilley to be able to body up and muscle through that just elevates her strength and where she sits.
Adelaide had the right idea there coming in double teaming, but probably need to happen just a little bit sooner, and they just left that gap, that sneaky gap to sneak through.
Comes from a great sporting family, Alyssa Pilley. Her brother Brandon plays in the NFL for the Seattle Seahawks. Spent time with the Minnesota Lynx in the WNBA previously. Looking to solidify herself there. It's an inadvertent collision there with Ratuno. Really a little sore getting up. Looks to be fine now under the basket. Here's Talbot.
It's still only a 10-point game. There's still, well, make that an 8-point game with an and one to come. Adelaide are still hanging in there. It's not like you feel like Geelong's getting more action, but if we look on this Amy replay there, really nice step back by Steph Talbot, and Alex Sharp just got her.
A little high five.
Hand in the cookie jar,
Yeah,
high
absolutely.
five. Yeah.
Much needed basket though, and hopefully this free throw will just relax Steph Talbot a bit, because she's got a bit frustrated, getting good looks as you've mentioned and not quite dropping.
Back to 8. Not quite in the second. Ratuno running point.
Great screen.
It was solid, wasn't it, as Pilley hits the deck.
That's one way to get a player out of the way. Just shove them out of the way.
So we get the towel out on floor here at the Strike House. Clean up the damage.
I think the ref's having a little discussion here about what the call should be.
Pilley lining up for bonus free throws, it looks like. Will we get an extra? Foul added, possibly. Well, she's tough to stop when she starts to get down into that painted area.
Yeah, Pilley's certainly getting well acquainted with the floor tonight. Giving her ankles a bit of a workout. That's what we love about this game. It is definitely not a no-contact sport.
Off on the first free throw. Philly splits a pair. I'll have possession as well, Geelong. 9-point buffer. Adelaide have hung around a little bit these last few minutes. Just slowing the Venom somewhat. Hill kicked out. Pili thought about the triple. Now 5 seconds. Has to go inside, and Talbot wrestles it away. Running the floor, Fagan couldn't get up on the left hand. That was a tough catch. Have another look, though, from the baseline, Adelaide. Trying to catch the foot of Clinch Hoycard on the way through. Here's Fijo.
Oh, nice, really nice shot fake there. Gee, it's nice to see Fagan this aggressive and getting this many inside touches. It's making a big difference, and that brings the game back to 7.
It's a hard closeout. She took advantage. She is such a great mid-range shooter, Sanaya Fagan. 30 seconds remaining in the third. Hill assessing, now gets Fagan on. Clinch Hoycard. Tough look. That is good D.
Adelaide can get a good last shot here. Put a bit of scoreboard pressure on Geelong.
Talbot takes left, and that is out of the reach of Strawbridge.
This is where you get the ball in Jazz Shelley's hand, and if she's at the halfway mark, she will come up with something.
Specialist in these situations. This time it's Hill. Gets the look, still advancing. Shyla Hill not quite off the board. It's a 7-point advantage to the Venom at three-quarter time, 69-62. Adelaide pull it back. They lose the quarter by 5. It's game on as we turn for home here in your Saturday doubleheader in the WNBL.
So if you want one, you gotta make some noise to get one.
Checking some three-quarter time stats as we welcome our teams back to the court. Adelaide Lightning and Sanaya Fagan leading the score there with 16 points. And for in-fast tech, Geelong Venom, Shyla Hill has 8 points.
Ten minutes of action remaining here in your doubleheader here. The Venom and the Lightning, 7-point differential between the home side and the Adelaide Lightning. Liam Ellison Laura Chiswick and Larissa Anderson with you in commentary, and Maddie Brown is courtside and was listening in to both huddles in the break. Maddie.
Yeah, I was, Liam. Adelaide were all about saying, you know what, we withstood a little bit of a momentum shift from the Venom in that quarter. Take a breather. It's all about 10 minutes of execution. On the Venom side, they talked about be aware of a press, especially long court, but also discipline. He asked for discipline in offense, defense. Let's make sure we can stay present, mind and body for the last 10 minutes.
Like it, thanks, Maddie. The word there from Chris Lucas. Laurie, Larissa, not often you'll see a side shooting 59% from the field at three-quarter time and trailing.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. Both teams are shooting the ball at a really good clip, and it's a high-quality game when it comes to the shooting.
It's just that Adelaide have 17 turnovers. I mean, they're doing everything right. They've just got to look after the ball.
Look to push the pace throughout. At times it's been high risk, high reward. Here's Brazel. Fagan trying to back downhill. That is great vision. And finding open for three. Ashley Strawbridge with her second make from deep.
It's a big basket, bringing the game back to 4. Game on.
Adelaide sticking around here. Some momentum out of the break. No further than Shelley. Seven to work with. Holmes arrives with a screen. Knocks against the roll. Heel. Needs to get a shot away for Geelong, and Fagan able to tip it off the board.
Another massive block, but also coming up with possession. Adelaide just need to show some poise here and get a really good look.
Fought their way back. From 13 down, Shelley looks sore. Strawbridge hit one from this spot. Late closeout. Can't make him pay. Last touched off Fagan's foot. And Pili right into the action for Geelong.
Well, we know that over the course of the season, Geelong have played in a lot of close games. I think it's 2 overtime games, a couple of, one-point losses. So, they're used to playing under this sort of pressure. It's a home game.
Oh, what a find. Jazz Shelley whipped out to the corner. Nearly came up with a second chance.
Oh, dear.
Foul against the Adelaide Lightning. Strawbridge will be assessed with it.
That was such a good defensive possession. Look at that block out there, and just unfortunately he tried to set a screen and just clipped. Such a good defensive possession there. Now they've got to do it again.
Two and a half gone here in this fourth quarter. Great to have your company whenever you're watching around the country. It's been high quality here. Holmes in the post. Nice move on the left.
That potent, deadly left hand again.
Well, she spun middle where the help defenses come, so didn't even think second about her footwork and spun the other way, and that left-hand finish.
Whittaker the seal and a foul on Heel, who knew it immediately. Venom players in any sort of foul trouble. Pili the most with 2 personals. Lockridge has 3 for Adelaide. Fresh 14 out of the baseline, out of bounds. Lockridge, great look, and sticks the 3.
That's a great look from Lockridge, and I was just looking at her scoreline then. She had 9 points before that shot. She could really fire up in this fourth quarter and make a big difference for the Lightning.
Brett inside. Pili had the seal. A little too tight in the end.
Yeah, right idea. The angle just wasn't very good. But if we look at the Amy replay of this 3-point shot from Lockridge, she just came off of that screen, 1-2 into her shot. Looked really nice.
53% from 3 today, Adelaide. Back within 3 now. There's that matchup once more. It's been physical, Larissa.
Oh, I'm really enjoying it. As I mentioned before, 2 quality guards. They both go hard at both ends. Everyone getting their money's worth watching that.
Play the right way. Whittaker in the post, walling up as Holmes.
You know what I liked what Holmes did there is that initially Whittaker had her body and she backed off. So now when she's making that spin move, she's not quite sure where the defense is.
I'll pull the chair. Now Shelley. Trying to whip it out. That was lightning quick. What a find. Now Pili open for three. Jazz Shelley is up and running today. Here's Lockridge. Chance to possibly tie here for Adelaide after they trail by 13. Opportunity comes in the corner. Heel saw an opening on the breakaway and steps back through with toughness.
You know, I always think if you, at this stage of a game, there's just over 5 minutes, 6 minutes to play. If you can run at this stage of the game, it just goes a long ways in challenging the defense.
Two squads who possess athleticism getting out down the floor.
Great job by Lockridge there. Cutting high and then a really sharp change of direction to the baseline.
Well, that's Shyla Heal's 4th foul, so she'll sit for a period of time. I'm sure that she'll get back on fairly soon.
I know I mentioned it before, but I'm just enjoying the two of them so much. That a couple of little tiggy fouls have been called. We want to see them out there.
Got a few in a flurry there, Shyla Heal.
She's certainly stepping up in the second half, Liam. It was obviously about Holmes and Jazz Shelley in the first half, and then what a blessing to have a Shyla Heal be able to step up in the second.
Yeah, she sure is. Shelley flipped up. Heal now the 4th Venom player in double figures. This will be the first trip to the line tonight for Jazz Shelley.
Her ability to change pace, go from slow to fast is really good.
WNBA superstar Angel Reese is heading to Australia, and the WNBL is giving you a shot at winning an all-expenses-paid trip to an exclusive meet and greet during her visit to Melbourne. A $500 Reebok voucher, flight to Com, and an unforgettable experience to meet one of the big names in world hoops at the moment. Scan the QR code on screen now. Lightning down the floor. Here's Lockridge. Talbot had Shelley right there in the tap pass back inside.
It was nerve-wracking to watch, but they got there, Liam. I mean, and it was all started by Fagan being a presence on the rim. Great rim running, a great target. You can see just a few little fumbles, but they just didn't give up. Open layup finish. Adelaide well and truly back in this game.
Okay, and Steph Talbot on triple-double watch as well. 13, 8, and 7 dimes now. Both coaches with 2 timeouts remaining apiece. This is going to be a chess match over the next 5 minutes.
Well, it will. It'll, you know, do you stay small ball? Do you get a bit of size in there and look at going in size? Or do you have your small players that can run and try and play with a bit more pace? 5 minutes is a long time.
I'm just loving that Adelaide have 4 double-figure scorers right now. It just looks so much better for them that they have that. I mean, you've mentioned Talbot having such a great game up both ends, but the fact that they've got Brazel chipping in with another 11 tonight is just invaluable for them.
And she's been excellent. 3 of 4 from deep. Lockridge 12, Talbot 13. Fagan leads the way with 18. Geelong want to get on the board in front of their home fans. It's been too few and far between this season for them. So many injuries and disruptions. Their best basketball has been good enough, I think, Larissa, to beat anyone.
Absolutely, and we've mentioned how they've had to kind of, like other teams, just run with the course of having a little bit of luck go against them, but they are a team that can beat anyone on their night, and now that they're just, that's so much more balance with Pili in there.
Let's get the word from Maddie Brown.
Well, the Venom, he just said it was just a rest, so don't get too disheartened about the break. Just have a little breather, because he also said this is the end of great, obviously, turnover there by Talbot. But it was also about discipline on the execution here for Geelong. So every time they get it down, they're trying to get it into Holmes or Shelley's hands to be able to put that scoreboard pressure back on.
Oh, thanks, Maddie. You can see why. Keep going to the well, the word from Chris Lucas. 8 seconds to work with. Oh, and the ball has flown on the floor. Unfortunately, we'll have a reset.
Good D by the crowd there.
Against their own squad as well here.
I know, what are they thinking? Maybe it's a little sneaky Adelaide supporter in there. Well played. No surprises by Chris Lucas for that call, though. Holmes absolutely destroyed Adelaide in the first half. Just hasn't quite seen it as much in the second. We can credit Adelaide defence for that, but they're just not quite running it through her hands as much as what they did in the first half either.
Yeah, they've slowed her down somewhat. And a great game in totality, but 6 points in the second half for Mackenzie Holmes. Compared to 17 in the first. Referees discussing something here.
As the referees did call the stoppage, as Achille was shooting the shot, and the shot did hit the ring, so it is going to be a 14-second.
So shot clock will reset to 14. What a situation we see too often with things coming on the floor, and Pili got the shot away, not quite, hit the rim. Aja Paramamar not sure about it.
Geelong Venom ball on the baseline, 14 seconds on the shot clock.
4 points the difference. Here we go, Geelong basketball. Kicked out. Now Brett for three, off. Hayward that time. Talbot into a cross, draws two defenders. Great vision. It finds Lockridge open.
Yes.
And bullseye.
That is beautiful offense, great ball movement. What a basket for the Lightning.
Well, certainly Geelong were in scramble right from the beginning of that possession.
Important hit for Lockridge. Gutsy fight back from the Lightning. They are up to their eyeballs in this one. Turno right into the body of the defender. Talbot rejects the screen, kicked out. Fagan in motion.
Pili just having a little chat to the ref there.
Wasn't happy about the treatment. Play on, says the official. Shelley probing. Now backed out. Returno for three. Pili had first hands to it. She will pull down the rebounds. And Talbot did well to do it cleanly. Shelley.
See Jazz Shelley, the #1 stealer in the competition. She just has such great anticipation and she reads the play so well.
Yeah, she does. She reads that really well. She just lingers back, gets you into a false sense of security and then pounces. Three minutes is a long time to go. Adelaide just need to keep executing here, looking after the ball, keep the turnovers down.
12 lead changes. Both sides have led for 16 minutes apiece. Talbot trying to find Fagan. Good defense. It draws Fijo open. That is great offense.
Well, lost sight of the player. There was a little bit of ball watching there, so great cut and then an extra pass into Fagan.
That's two great offensive possessions by Adelaide Lightning.
They retake the lead as a result. Into crunch time now in Geelong. Shelley wants to attack Talbot. Hatter escaping downhill. Nice move.
I think we might see this lead seesaw in these last 2.5 minutes.
Timeouts in hand still. Alex Sharp set to check in. Lockridge backs out for three. Back heel. Important stop for the Venom. Shelley, screen and roll sequence, rattles out. Chase down, no from Brett. Fijo able to scoop it up. Tick under two.
There's a lot of standing right now by...
Maybe fatigue setting in. All for the screen initially, not for Steph Talbot.
That'll do.
That it will indeed. Composed, found her look and got to the cup. Two back for Adelaide and a 77-76 lead. Timeout on the floor. And she has silenced this crowd at the Strikehouse.
Well, you know, she's missed some shots early on, so it's good to see that she had the ball, had the confidence. We know she's had the experience, Steph Talbot, in these close situations, so good finish by her.
Well, she recognised she had Holmes on her, and I think laterally that's probably a good take by Talbot there to really attack the bigger player.
They hit the huddles for timeout with 1:46 remaining. Basket for basket, it's been so tight.
Well, and the thing is that if Adelaide win this game this afternoon, then they leapfrog Geelong and are no longer in the bottom in the last spot. If Geelong win today, then they actually leapfrog Sydney and would be in 6th spot.
Maddie Brown spoke to Aja Paramamar pre-game about their mindset for playing all 4 quarters.
Yeah, look, they're pros. Like, whether you're in playoffs or not, you come into these games, you're ready to play. Name on the back of your jersey, representing your family, representing your club. So I think it'll be a good game.
They've held Geelong to 7 points so far in this 4th quarter.
Well, that's what that's defense right now is so important. And as I said, I thought there was a couple of times where both teams, when they got that rebound, they could have gotten out and ran, but they both have chosen to slow it right down and execute in the quarter court. So we'll see what this next minute 46 brings.
Fijo getting some great crunch time minutes here. The Paramamar's squad.
Great job, everybody. Back to the action.
They've cleaned up the turnovers in this quarter as well.
Makes a big difference, that is for sure. Getting some clean stops, transition, looking after the ball.
Here we go, Shyla Hill. Inside with Pili, 2 feet in the paint. Fagan ahead, hand in, and the whistle came. 3rd team foul, 2 shots to come for Pili.
Yeah, once again, standing behind the post, and then again, just didn't need to reach. Probably just make her, you've got the height there, try and make her make a tough shot there.
Well, she left her feet too. She fell for the little bit of a shot fake, and we know how important foul shots are. We've got the 1st and 2nd foul shooting teams in the competition, though, so if it comes down to that at the end, let's bank on both of them making it.
Pili does just that. She was 6 of 6 last game from the line, 4 of 7 here this afternoon. 5 of 7, excuse me. Here's Fagan.
Great take.
And a great screen to help her out.
She has been switched on tonight, and look at the difference it makes.
22 now for Fagan after 0 at quarter time. Shelley, that's another great find. What vision to Hill.
Great boards, Talbot. Another one that's had a really solid game. You've said on triple-double watch.
And she sure is. Under a minute now. Talbot fouled. Still had 1 to give.
This is where it's really important that every player on the court right now for both teams needs to be aware of the score and the clock.
Talbot wants some space on the strong side. Barty there to assist. 6 seconds. Now in the hands of Fagan. Same look this time. It's a pull-up, Jay. And Sanaya Fagan makes no mistake. 81-78. Big bucket and a 3-point lead as a timeout here on the floor.
Wow, exact same play as the one before. You can see just a nice little screen here before she came and went all the way to the basket. That one, a nice little pull-up mid-range.
That's just smart by the Lightning. Keep going to the well until it stops working.
43.3 remaining. There's a look at the Venom's run home. Bendigo, Flames and the Capitals all coming up. They'll feel like they are a much better place than the bottom 2 on the table, the Venom. But at the moment, it's Adelaide who have come home with a run.
We'd like to thank Pride Cup for getting involved with us here as well.
Here are games against the Southside Melbourne Flyers coming up. For the Lightning and Sanaya Fagan, we really can't sing her praises enough as the game has worn on. Now up to 24.
Such a better game from her, and also you probably need to credit her defensively a bit more in the second half as well. Geelong perhaps haven't done as good a job at going at Holmes and inside, but boy, has she been a presence today.
And she's now eclipsed Holmes in the scorers column. Had a couple of big blocks and changed many more as well. Controlled the key. One final word from Ajapara Mama. So where to here for the Venom lorry? He will inbounds. In fact, Maddie Brown was in the Venom huddle. Maddie.
Yeah, Chris Lucas was speaking about getting the ball into Holmes' hands just like this and letting her go to work on that left hand. It's been so dominant all day. He said they've got to obviously pick up Fagan. And on the other side, Adelaide said they can't guard us in the paint, so let's do the work and get it down there.
Oh, that was the look they would have wanted as well.
That was a great look. Now, Geelong don't need a foul in this situation.
Back in the hands of Fagan. All the way from the baseline, one-legged runner goes. Sanaya Fagan, big hit. Last time out expired and a 5-point advantage for the visitors.
That was a clutch shot from Fagan.
Same play 3 times in a row, same result. Well done, Lightning.
Clutch indeed. Put an emphasis on that.
Very Jazz Shelley-esque off one foot.
Wasn't it? She has controlled this basketball game down the stretch, Sanaya Fagan. In a game loaded with star bigs, she has been the standout. 26 now for Fagan. The Lightning still have a timeout remaining. It's going to be tough here for Geelong. It's got to be a quick look.
It really does. But you've just pointed out Fagan. Remember, she had 0 points at quarter time, so that's 3/4 of damage. So it just shows what she's capable of doing. She has really caused some damage to Geelong today, that is for sure. But Geelong definitely need a quick look. Only 15 seconds, 5 points down. Quick look, stop, score will be the instruction.
Adelaide's defence has been excellent in the second half. Can they continue it? Same look with heel inbounding. Into Pilly. Great vision. Got to be a quick look. It is for Shelley. Follows her own miss, though. Pilly now for 3. Rattles out. Fagan, strong rebound, and that is important. They'll walk down for 3 throws. 3 seconds remaining, and this should ice it.
Well, you have to give credit to both teams, the way they've fought this out and the way they've gone hard virtually all game. And, you know, they recognized there they needed a 3-point shot, so they got it out to some of their shooters. But just the way that Adelaide have played in this last, I feel this last quarter, they've showed a lot of maturity and poise.
Knows how to stand up in big games. Sanaya Fagan, 2-time NCAA champion. Outstanding down the stretch. Shelley can get one final heave away. 85-78. Adelaide get it done on the road. From behind, they trail by 13 at one stage in the third quarter, and they fought all the way back to silence this crowd. That's an impressive victory from them.
It sure is. I mean, I think it's all about their turnovers for Adelaide. They played such a good game. That lady right there on the screen, Fagan, my goodness, that's probably one of her best games of the season up both ends of the floor. They only had 1 turnover in that final quarter after having 17 at 3/4 time. So you'd look at that and say 18 turnovers is still very high, but to only have 1 in the last quarter, that certainly was a huge reason they got the job done then in that final quarter.
I also liked, I mean, we talked most of the game about Lockridge, Talbot, and obviously Fagan, but I thought that players like Strawbridge came in and did her role, Brazel came in and did hers as well, and they contributed at the right time of the game and were really good role players coming off the bench.
That is definitely the best spread of scorers that Adelaide have had for quite some time, and look at the result, 85 points on the board.
8 different scorers hit the scorers column. Every player who hit the floor for Adelaide did so. They had 4 players in double figures. And here's Maddie Brown on the floor with Sanaya Fagan.
I am player of the match. We should talk more often before the start of the game because you were superb out there tonight. How did it feel as, you know, started slow in the first quarter, but you really belted in those last three?
It felt good. I mean, my teammates trusted me. I trusted them. They kept feeding it to me, and I just did what I had to do.
You did a lot of your work in the paint, obviously, because they weren't being able to match you. Was that obviously spoken about a lot? You know, let's expose that and get the ball to you?
Yeah, kind of just go play inside out. When we get our paint touches, you know, we just play out of that. So play inside out, yes, ma'am.
You must be obviously impressed with the fact that you guys were down for most of the game and then that fight right at the end. Have you been working on that in those close contests?
Honestly, yes, we've been working on playing for 40 minutes straight, so we just dug it out.
And now there's only a few games to go. What is the focus to be able to continue this consistency through to make sure that, you know, you're not having lapses and not having 17 errors in a game? You can actually obviously push it out and get some W's.
Honestly, just trusting each other. I mean, going out there having fun and doing what we're capable of doing.
Well, it was impressive to watch you go to work tonight, and it's, you know, all the best for the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
That sure was an outstanding performance. You said it, Larissa, maybe her best game of the season, especially, Laurie, in that fourth quarter.
Well, it wasn't, and to end up with 28 points and none of those were three-point shots. So 12 from 18, plus her 9 rebounds out there and a couple of really good blocks as well. So she started out slowly, but she just got better and better as the game went on and more influential in what she did. And that last couple of plays where they ran the same thing for her coming off a little screen, she was really prolific in her scoring.
Just 1 point shy of her season high, but it was a two-way game tonight for Sanaya Fagan up against what is an ominous front court in Holmes and Pili. She was great.
Yeah, I mean, particularly with the first half that Holmes had, but as Loz just said, I really like the balance from Fagan, even though no threes, but she still was able to get that mid-range jump shot, catch and shoot. But I know I mentioned it a lot, but I love the presence she was around the basket tonight. Much, much better balance for the Adelaide Lightning when she's doing that.
That's great reading. Efficient from the field. 28 and 9 for Sanaya Fagan. Adelaide are off the bottom of the table. Their 6th victory of the season. And Dallas Lockridge having a fantastic season, Maddie.
Yeah, she is having a fantastic season. You're now off bottom of the ladder. That must feel like a good feeling, you know, edging closer to the end of the season to be able to get that W against, obviously, the Venom tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I think, you know, we worked so hard as a group. So I think to kind of get this win was super important for us as we didn't want to finish bottom of the ladder. So yeah, I'm super proud of us.
You had moments where they obviously took a lot of momentum and you were chasing, especially after that, you know, third quarter. They really came out of the blocks. How do you stay mentally in the game to be able to go, you know what, we're still in this, we just got to chip it away?
Yeah, they're a great team. I think we know that they're a great team of shooters, so they do go on their runs, but I think we did a great job of, you know, not dropping our heads when they went on those runs, and we stuck with it, and then I think it showed at the end.
Did you enjoy the contest as much as we did watching you go against Hill? Because there were some great, you know, little tussles and battles out there.
Yeah, I love going up against the point guards in this league every week, so I had a lot of fun, yeah.
What about defensively, the pressure? You know, they obviously had a bit of a hot hand through Jazz Shelley a little bit at times. Were there any structures that you need to obviously nullify to make sure that you're not exposing the perimeter as much as you did at times?
Yeah, I think we came in at half and we spoke about Jazz having a hot hand. You know, she's a great shooter. So I think we just made sure we were aware where she was on the court at all times. And I think we did a good job of that in the second.
Now, there's not too many games left, but what is the off-season also going to look? I know you're not wanting to look too far ahead. You've still got work to do. But what is the off-season looking like for you?
I think I love the off-season. It's time where I can, you know, work on my body, get fit, and work on things that I need to improve on. So I'm just excited to get to work back at home.
Back at home, we obviously loved seeing you down here, doing your work down here. The fans love having you. It was a great team performance tonight. You would have been really, really happy. All the best for the remainder of the season.
Perfect. Thank you.
Another 37 minutes tonight for Dallas Lockridge. Larissa, that is a huge workload for a 22-year-old young guard who's coming into her own in the league.
It is. Obviously, everyone would know I'm a massive fan of Lockridge. I've had the pleasure of working with her for the last 3 seasons, and no one works harder than her. And as she said, she loves coming up against point guards. Well, she had a plethora of them to work up against tonight. They were always constantly up the floor, and I thought she handled it really, really well. 6 points in the last quarter with a couple of big triples. And also Steph Talbot, I mean, only 3 assists. I think we need to mention her, 3 assists off a T-dub. What a fantastic game from her. I mean, what a difference it makes when all of those players just contribute and play their role the way they did tonight.
That's certainly well said. And Maddie Brown is on the floor with the coach with the victory tonight, Asia Parham Amar, now with her family. Maddie.
You must be super happy with that performance. One, to get the win, but in the way that you kind of had to really fight for it in the end and obviously came over the top.
Yeah, look, we've struggled in those moments where other teams go on runs, and we've spoken about it, we've trained it, we've worked it, and it's satisfying to see it come all together for us to get this win.
Yes, I thought Steph Talbot was pretty strong in that third quarter. I know she wasn't doing a lot of damage maybe on the scoreboard, but she was just continuing to offer, effort after effort and kind of kept the team in the game, even though other people did the damage like Fagan on the board.
Yeah, Steph is a pro. She is our captain. She's our leader. Sometimes what she does doesn't show up in the stat sheet, but her experience and understanding the situations in the game, she does whatever it takes to win, and she did that tonight. So
you talked about, even at the start of the game, we talked about having more, offensive looks. In that last huddle, you said they cannot defend us in the paint, so you got to expose that. Do you think you can do that a little bit more?
Yeah, look, it's been something we've been talking about over the last few weeks. I think this is the first game we've executed it consistently in a game for 40 minutes. So I'm proud of the girls for staying with the process, for trusting the process, for trusting each other, for trusting me and the coaching staff. And look, out of playoffs, but every game means something to us, and so we're just excited for the win.
The last quarter, when the pressure really came on, you only had one turnover. It was 17 up until the third quarter. I mean, under pressure, the team can execute. That must be a positive sign moving forward.
It's a huge sign. It's growth, and that's what you love to see. We got a young team. We got like 6 players who've never played in the WNBL before. So seeing them execute, Jasmine being in those minutes, she's not a huge minute player for us, but she got us extra possessions. She did her job, and collectively we walk away from this feeling good because it feels good.
Yeah, well, enjoy the feeling, and good luck for the remainder of the season.
Thank you so much.
Another one in the winners column for the Adelaide Lightning and Aja Parham Amar. They get it done by 7 points. Stick around, we'll have a short break and wrap it all up here as our first game of a doubleheader today in the WNBL. The Adelaide Lightning get it done. Tania Fagan, our player of the game. 28 points, 9 rebounds. She was unbelievable. 85-78 was the final scoreline, and they were able to stem at one point what looked like an ominous rampage from the Venom. Defence in the last quarter, just 9 points in the period, Laurie.
Well, you know, you look at the shooting percentage of Adelaide, 57 and 50. I mean, that's going to win you a lot of games at 83%. Regardless of the fact that they had those 18 turnovers, they still showed enough poise in that last fourth quarter that they were able to get over the line.
An important victory for them, and Larissa, that's got to feel good for Rajapara and Mara in the squad just to get one. I mean, it was 7th versus 8th, but this was the Geelong team that brought back a lot of their players. It was a tough victory tonight.
Oh, look, you could see just by the interviews after the game, the relief from all of them, in particularly Coach. I mean, it's been a tough season for them. Credit to them. We mentioned the energy through the game right from the get-go was so much better for them, and congratulations. They had such a good game today.
Looking forward to tonight as well, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. It's 1st versus 4th on the table. The Fire and the Flyers, Laurie.
Can't wait for that game. It's got implications for both of the teams. So, you know, well done to Adelaide today, and can't wait to see who comes out victorious in our evening game tonight at 7 o'clock.
It's going to be a lot of fun. One game down today in our doubleheader. Adelaide get it done away from home, 85-78. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll catch you later on.